I will never substitute a beautiful rose with a synthetic rose. This is something you shouldn't do.
The thing that I fell in love with Gianluca's work is the singularity of the note. And really, sometimes you find a beautiful note in perfumery, a beautiful sandalwood or patchouli, and then the perfumer begins to put other things around it, whereas you did the opposite. You found a beautiful note and then you created an orchestration to celebrate it even more.
That's the philosophy of the brand and of this collection. I mean, I was so lucky. My family owns other brands, among them Hooligan, that has been the masterpiece of French perfumery, and that, by the way, next year celebrate 250 years of existence. So through that, I had the big luck of going and travel the world to discover ingredients. And as you said, I mean, you need, in this collection, for me, the purpose and the job was to put them in the middle and in the center of the creation. So I did not want to alter the atmosphere of the fragrance. I want to put something around them to dress them, but they had to shine. And the other very important part was to talk about the culture in those places where they are harvested. So in all of them there are some special ingredients that come from that area, in the food or in the culture, so that not only the ingredient itself, but also the terroir is emphasized.
We had an opportunity to have a masterclass with Gianluca and the creations that he made. One thing that I loved what you said, there's a lot of beautiful aroma chemicals, and these are used because the creator, the perfumer, wants to create the full picture. But, and this is what I loved, that if you have a beautiful raw ingredient, raw material, it will never take the precedent of the aroma chemical. You will always go for that beautiful, raw, natural ingredient and then create other things around it to accentuate it more.
Yes, I think sometimes we have a stigma with synthetics and aroma chemical. In reality, I think we are doing an expression and an art. So to tell me not to use the synthetic is like if you say to a painter, don't use blue and red. I mean, there are things that without the aroma chemical you cannot express.
Right.
On the other hand, what you said is exactly what I think. I will never substitute a beautiful rose with a synthetic rose. This is something you shouldn't do. But the aroma chemical they enrich our palette and is a beautiful way to have a full expression of what we want to say.
Beautiful. From all the creations, is there a story that you'd like to share that you found something and you're like, I have to somehow create something with this? Or?
Well, they're all like that. I mean, each of this chapter is a special story. You've been with me through every terroir, every place.
I'm asking you which one is your favorite child? You know, like
exactly. I mean, you cannot love a child in a different way that you love the other one. So I really love all of them. At the moment, something that I find very, very particular and very interesting in the business is Vanille de Tahiti. This was a gift gave to me by a master, the person that I consider the highest master in perfumery, right. Jean-Claude Deléna. And all the other ingredients I searched by myself. And this one, Jean-Claude Deléna made the project and said, okay, for this project, I selected this vanilla coming from a little production in Tahiti.
I didn't know
and
this.
I didn't know that vanilla. So that has been a real gift made by Jean-Claude to me, and that project is for that.
If you haven't tried Vanille de Tahiti, it's one of the greatest vanilla fragrances. And you were, because vanilla has become trendy now.
Yes.
You did this years ago. So,
yes.
Yeah, so.
Most of this project, I mean, vanilla is maybe 5 years ago, sandalwood is 8 years ago, right. So most of this project, they've been a long search and journey in perfume.
All my life I was looking for a sign. Wasn't sure where to find a peace of mind. Sometimes you can see things when...
If I'm going on holiday somewhere, I take a perfume, because I want to lock it into my olfactory memory, okay? And I encourage everyone on the channel, either buy a fragrance there, because you'll always remember, or take one fragrance. Don't take many. One fragrance for that holiday, and every time you smell it, it'll take you to a place. We're going now to an Asian country. Very humid, tropical. The air is thick. What would you recommend as a perfect fragrance?
Well, in that case, I would go for Ylang Ylang Nocibe because it's a perfect exotic atmosphere, and you have the sunshine, you have the heat, and you have orchid and beautiful flower around, so Ylang Ylang will be the perfect selection.
And that, with the heat of your body,
Yes.
it'll just sillage.
The diffusion and the sillage will be amazing. Yes.
Okay, we're on a boat, going on a cruise, and we're going to the Antarctic. But we will go on the ice and, explore the actual...
In that case, sometimes people wear more citrusy notes during the hot period, while I think that citrus, because of their characteristic, they are extremely volatile, and in the heat they disappear very, very quickly. While on Antarctica you can enjoy a beautiful citric note like mandarin for a long time. So you will have the whole day this beautiful accord of freshness and still the warm of Italian sun while you're freezing in the Antarctica. So it will be a good combination, I would say.
This is a tip. This is now going behind the scenes. I thought you would have said an oud.
Warming.
Yeah, but no.
No, you need the sun of the Italian coast, in my opinion.
Boom. Okay. So we're now going to Australia. Very diverse. Down the south in Melbourne, it's very, very cultural, a lot of art. And then if we go up to the top towards Queensland, it's very rainforest and tropical. One fragrance for all of this. Boom. Good luck.
I love Australia. I've been in your country several times, and to me, the atmosphere that I love the most is sandalwood, because it's this warm and lactonic and cocooning side that I find so strong in Australia. And also, is one of the ingredients that is harvested in the country.
Correct.
So I'm really envious. We cannot have it here in Italy, but I would go for sandalwood.
I love it. All right, last
Santal
one.
du Pacific.
Yes, the Santal du Pacific, which has that creamy. Actually, one little advice that Gianluca was saying is that sometimes sandalwood. Actually, I won't say it. The boss, the master will say it.
Please, Marcelo. But I know what you're saying. Sandalwood is a very heavy molecule, so sometimes you will have difficulties to appreciate yourself when you wear your sandalwood fragrances. But believe me, everybody else in the room will notice that you are wearing a sandalwood fragrance. If you want to have the proof, wear the fragrance, and 2 days later, try to smell the cloth that you had on yourself while you were having sandalwood. You will see that it's still there and is very powerful.
And everybody around you will smell it.
Everybody will smell it for sure.
Last one, La Bella Italia. So we're going to Italy now. We're going to the south. What would you recommend?
Bergamotto. Bergamotto is the emblem of Italy in perfumery. We are the only producer basically of the high quality bergamot in the world, and Bergamotto di Calabria is by far the best one. So it's the most elegant and the unique one in our territory.
And the camera woman is from Calabria.
Oh yes, we cannot miss
Good choice. Good choice. We learned also, so if you don't know, if you haven't come across Bergamotto di Calabria, they do it in the old-fashioned spugna way. So rather than through a machine and industrialized, it's actually again the master will explain.
It's a unique way, as you said. Something I discovered a few years ago when I was cooperating with the Capua family, that is, for me, the highest quality producer of bergamot essential oil, and they still do a very small production. Instead of using the machine, there are a few people that by hand they extract the bergamot through the sponge, pressing the peel of the bergamot fruit on the sponge itself.
And then they squeeze the sponge and
yes.
the oil comes out. And
yes.
It's just, and the richness of the oil, the fragrance, the scent. If you haven't tried out Bergamotto di Calabria, you run, don't walk to test out this fragrance. The scent, the sunshine, the south of Italy comes alive.
Yes.
Grazie.
Marcelo, grazie.
Thanks everyone, hope you enjoyed that. We'll see you guys all on the next episode.
Thank you.
That's it. Bravo.
Grazie.